Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Asim. I'm working as DevOps engineer. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can easily set up the development environment, whether it is any language you can set up through the Docker containers. How it is possible? So, first of all, let me navigate to the Docker Hub section. So, if you navigate to Docker Hub, you will see that every company is placing their images and updating their container images. So if you navigate to, let's say I want to set up a Python environment. If I click Python, we have Python official. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply start my container on the machine. By the way, this tutorial is not limited to Windows. You can simply follow these steps and set up the same environment in Ubuntu or any Linux machine. So what you need is Visual Code and Docker installation on your host machine. So what I will be doing, I will be using Windows. So you can, as I told you, set up on any machine. So Docker is now available on any environment, Linux or Windows. So we are using the subsystem for Linux in Windows. So let me start the Docker here. So what now I will be doing, I will be spin up two containers. So first of all, I'm going to show you the Python environment, how I can set up. So if I do Docker images, so for the time saving, I've already downloaded this Python 3.8 image. So I need this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply run a container, docker run, um, docker run dash name. Same commands are going to be work on Linux machine as well, and Visual Code, VS Code is also available there as well. So let me call this Python 3-8. So you can choose any name. So I'm going to simply mount this directory. So Python dev, I will show you what is in this directory. So this is the stuff with regard to the development. The advantage of setting up the environment in Docker container is that your code is going to be available on the host machine, and you don't have to install, or simply you don't have to pollute your existing system. Along with that, you can save the time along with the accuracy as well, that everything is properly available in those containers. So I'm going to mount this at the root of the container. So that would be okay, and I'm going to use this image Python 3.8. So that by running this command, what it does, that it will mount this directory inside that particular container. So what we have inside, so let me open with this with VS Code. So this is the Docker file. I'm not going to Dockerize the application. Simply, I will show you the commands for the development environment. So this is not the tutorial regarding the Dockerization or setup, Dockerize your application. So this is the stuff. Now, if you navigate to this extension is available in Linux as well. If you install the VS Code, simply type containers here. If you press enter, you will see you have to simply install this extension. I've already installed it. You see this is installed in my computer. So what now you have to do is to simply, I'm just going to make things very simple, so you should have a good idea regarding that. So I'm going to open it again, and let me simply navigate to this section. Click here and type attach here in search bar. So type attach. So what it does, attach to a running container. Now what it will show, it will show my running container. So my running container is Python 3.8. Let me, if I do docker ps-a, you will see one container is already running for a minute. Now what it does, it will pop up one extension for me, and it is going to connect with particular container. So the advantage of setting up is that I can simply connect with that particular container which have already installed Python 3.8, and I can spin up as many containers with different libraries, Python and different version, and I'm going to simply mount that so I don't have to save the container as well. So let it connect. You see starting dev container show log, you can click that as well. So it is starting that particular container in VS Code. You can do that as well. So anyway, this in this, and now I'm going to show you that what I need with regard to my tiny development container. So if I navigate to, you see it's open my all directories inside that particular container, so I don't have to manually connect with that particular container. So if I click run, sorry, if I click the root which I have mounted, so I should have all the directories available inside my um, code. So you see this is the Docker file, but it is actually inside my container. You see container Python 3.8. If you're not able to see this file, simply click on the open folder. You see this is the directories. You see this is not Windows system, it is Linux one. So I've simply navigated to this and click OK. Sure. If I click OK, I will be inside my container. If I click on show local, I will be able to see my local machine. So I don't want that. So simply you can do that way as well for doing this stuff. So this is the requirement.txt, and let's say I want terminal here. If I let me click the right click here and click open in integrated terminal. So if I do pwd, this is root, so you see all my files available here. So as I told you, I'm not going to dockerize it. What I will be doing that I will be looking to install looking to simply set up my tiny development environment. So I'm inside my container without even do the exec into that particular container, and all files are, you see, from my host machine are available in that particular container. So what it does is currently installing the salary, and then I'm going to there is no need to copy because this is the copy requirement.txt, you see, already available inside my machine. This is the Docker file for just an example I'm showing you guys. So this is my requirement.txt, what is in it. So this is just a Django 3.8. So I'm going to um, do pip install my requirement.txt. So this is how you can set up your development environment. Everything is going to be available. So if you have any files or whatever you have application outside, you see all the code is available outside. So whatever it is you create inside, and you want that particular code to be available, and you want to save that in your application directory, so it is going to be available. So these are the directive with regard to the VS Code and .ssh cache and whatever it is. So all the code, your application is going to be available. So if you even remove the container, your code is not going to be lost, and you can do your work, your development work easily by using you see Linux containers. So I've installed the Python 3.8 in host machine. There is no requirement to install this particular Python stuff. You just need Docker container, and you can quickly set up your development environment, whether it is Python, Node.js, whatever. Let me also give you one example. Let's say I'm going to create Nginx my web application, and I will be okay. Okay, that is fine. So let me create open with this VS Code. I'm going to create one directory here. So instead of creating this file here from here, what I will be doing, I will be spin up one in the next container. Let me show you Docker images. If I do Docker run dash dash name, and this is going to be web, and hyphen b, I'm going to mount this guy into inside my container into the usr share excuse me nginx html. So this is now available. Now what we will be doing, simply let me mount it. So what I will be doing, I will be creating one file from inside the container, and you will see that it is going to be available here. So through my visual code, that is the important point, that VS Code is going to be available. So you don't have to install Vim or other editor. You can have your application, and you can use VS Code to do um, the development stuff. So that's it. So okay, web, let me show you that part as well. Okay, let me, even you can see the live stuff with regard to the development. So I'm going to remove this. So I want actually I forget to mount the ports as well. So let me navigate to 1890, and um, this is going to be the port on my host machine, and I've spin up. So if I open my VS Code, okay, so let me close that all stuff so you will be able to understand easily. So let me open this with VS Code. So there is nothing inside it. So what I will be doing, I will not create any directories here. I'm going to click this guy, open a remote window, and I'm going to type attach here. So it will show me two containers, so running inside my host machine. So we are going to connect with this web. Okay, so you see one window is popped up. So now what I will be doing, let me show you guys. So let it connect. So previously I've tested it, and I've just created these files. So it is a fresh container. It is going to be running so inside my machine. So you see it is unable to find those machine because that was removed. So what I will be doing, simply open a window, and this is my USR share in the next. So you see this is open exactly the same directory which I'm looking for. So you see opening a remote. So let me, you see container nginx here available. So you see this is the HTML directory. If I create one file, index.html, so I'm creating inside the container from outside from a VS Code. So cloudgeeks.ca. So let it save, and if I navigate to this direct, you see one file is available now. And if I um navigate to local host and simply type 8090, so you see it is available. So this is how you can set up any environment by using Docker containers. And advantage of using that is that you can have all the version available of your of official images provided by the companies, and the proper version, and there is no need to install any stuff in your machine. And that will really help you to even understand the dockerization of your application, how you can dockerize your application. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe the channel. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.